What's going on, guys? I am with the Moose, and today, yes, that is the Smello opening day baseball. We are hopping into our first game in our Boston Red Sox franchise, this time against the Cleveland Indians. Going to be David Price versus Corey Kluber on the mound. Should be very, very fun. Cannot wait for it. Let's hop into the game, and I'll check you guys out when we get into it, and I cannot wait to get a victory in opening day. Alright guys, here we are into the game now. We are going to get this one rolling. Boston Red Sox versus Cleveland Indians at Progressive Field, of course. Let's hop right into it with Mookie Betts. Of course, for some reason, I still had the tutorial mode stuff on at the beginning, so you guys are going to see some weird stuff pop up. But look at this first pitch. Mookie Betts using the normal swing, just crushing it to left, tossing the bat to the side, and he is taking the lead with the first pitch of the entire season. I am using quick counts in this, but that was an awesome way to start the year against Corey Kluber. Mookie Betts with a home run to lead off the year. Very, very cool. And then Dustin Pedroia up next. He strikes out. I still got to get used to, a lot of the different mechanics. I haven't played MLB in probably like 6, 7, 8 months, something like that, like a long time. So I really got to get used to it again. Right here, Xander Bogaerts not able to beat it out to first, but almost had it. But we're going to keep this rolling. David Ortiz now first at bat. Thought he might have got into one here. And you guys got to see, still the tutorial stuff popping up. I'm disabling it as we go. Ortiz is able to put it out off the wall. I thought he might have, ripped a homer. Not quite, though, off the wall. Close enough, though. Did get a single because obviously he's a little too slow to get to second on that one. And then next back up is Hanley Ramirez, and he grounds out to short to end the inning. So solid inning, got a few solid hits to start it off, and now David Price on the mound, and he had a dominant performance in this one. I'm just going to let you guys know. You guys probably saw it from the title of the video. He was just dominating. Right here, another one of those tutorial things. Hopefully you guys won't have to deal with that ever again, because it was a little annoying to have that record in the video, but whatever. No big deal. David Price this time, and we get the guy at second base stealing. Nice to see that. So 2 down now. David Price still on the hill here. 3-2 count, and Price is able to strike him out for his second K of the game. You guys are going to see a few more of those. David Price was on fire in this one. That is for sure. Now, Pablo Sandoval, in this game, he grounded out right here, but he actually had a solid game, solid start of the year. A lot of people in my first video were mentioning that I should start Travis Shaw over him. It's definitely a possibility, and it's something that I'm going to be looking into for sure as Ruston Castillo reaches on the base hit right there, the infield hit. It's something I'll be looking into, but I don't know if I'll actually do it, for sure. It's just something that I will look into. I'm definitely going to play Travis Shaw more and more as the season goes along. Maybe almost a platoon type issue, platoon type thing going on with him and Sandoval. We'll see, though. They're very similarly overall rated, so it won't be too big a deal as David Price gets another K right here in the bottom of the second. Like I said, he was just on fire this game. Just an absolute money of a game. But yeah, I want to give you guys an insight into what I'll be doing in each game. I'll be talking over it, obviously, like I have been so far, and pretty much editing it down to, the last pitch of every single at-bat, whether it be a strikeout like I just got, or a base hit or whatever. It'll basically just be edited down to the last pitch of every single at-bat. Sometimes I'll take out whole innings at a time if they literally didn't do anything. There was a bunch of groundouts or flyouts, and it had no impact on the game. I might just edit them out completely. I don't think I actually did that in this game. Most innings I kind of left in because they were, kind of interesting to watch. The first few at-bats of the season for each player. I kind of like and enjoy watching those, but that's just how I do it. If you guys have any tips on how I should do these videos, let me know down in the comments down below. Also, I'll only be doing like one game every 5 days or so. Every 5 days in terms of the actual schedule of the season. So I played obviously the opening day game, and then our next game that we're going to play, I think, is the 6th game of the season or something like that. So basically, I'll be playing all those other games in between with quick counts on and stuff like that, get them done relatively quickly, and then in the next game after, I will give a quick recap at the beginning. Instead of, introducing you to the game, I'll actually just give a quick recap and then an introduction to the game as we hop into it. So that's pretty much what's up with that. Our next game is actually against the Blue Jays, and Clay Buchholz is on the hill, but it's not the 2nd game of the season. Like I said, it's actually the 5th game or the 6th game or something like that. I think it's actually the 6th game of the season. So that's pretty much what you guys are going to see is every 5 games or so, I will upload another video with a new game, and should be a lot of fun for you guys. But let me know, like I said, absolutely leave some feedback, some tips, whatever you want to see right there. We do walk Michael Brantley, I believe is who that is. But yeah, always, comments, feedback are appreciated for sure. Right here, David Price gives a hit right here, so it's 1st and 2nd now. I believe there's no outs, maybe 1 out at most. So we got a little bit of concern right here. There was 1 out. Got a huge strikeout right there, Jason Kipnis. That's big time to get 2 down. And then the next hitter, we actually get him to pop out to the catcher, which was a huge out to get for David Price. Get out of the jam. And make sure we hold on to our slim 1-run lead after, Mookie's home run is pretty much our only offense so far. Had a few hits and whatnot, but nothing else that really did any damage to him. So just very, very clutch that Mookie had that home run to lead off the game, which was just absurd. That the first pitch, literally the first pitch I had seen in the show at all. This was the first game I played. The night the game came out, it was the first game I played. Mookie Betts hit a home run the first pitch, so that was funny to see. And also right there, Blake Swihart getting a hit up the middle. He's actually been doing really well this season. Obviously, I'll give you guys a recap of where I'm at in the season and who's doing what and whatnot. But Blake Swihart doing well so far, and in this game he actually had a very good game as well. Probably one of my top 3 players of this game for sure. David Price, Mookie Betts are up top there, but Blake Swihart very close third for sure. And as you guys can see, Price is just still dominating, doing everything correctly. After that one little blip in the last inning where there was 2 guys on base, he pretty much just dominated from here on out. Had no real issue. I also do need to adjust my sliders a lot. You guys are maybe I'll show you guys my sliders. We'll see. If you guys want to see them, I can leave that in the next video. But for right now, I'm just kind of messing with them as the first games go along. Trying to get the right balance. I want it to be fair. I don't want it to be OP. I don't want to be scoring 30 runs a game, but I also don't want to be scoring 0 or 1 runs a game. And giving up no runs either. So that's pretty much just kind of the goal of mine right here. David Ortiz, first hit of the season, always nice to see that. And obviously this entire franchise is kind of based off his retirement. So hopefully he can have a great year for us and live to the postseason. So getting a hit through the shift was actually kind of cool to see that. But yeah, I'm going to be adjusting my sliders like I mentioned just throughout probably the entire year to be honest, but definitely the first month for sure, just to try to get them right. I want it to be realistic. I want it to be fair. And like I mentioned already, I just don't want to be destroying people, and I also don't want to be getting destroyed. So it is a quick game summary. You guys can see I have 5 hits, but Mookie Betts pretty much my only offense to date. But right here, Pablo Sandoval rips one to left, and this guy just whiffs on the ball. I don't know what he was doing, and I'm thinking maybe I can go 3 with Pablo, like maybe. But then I kind of forget that, and I'm like nope. And I honestly thought I was out right here. I don't know how I'm safe at second, but I will take it. I'm not going to be mad about it. Tito Francona coming out to get Corey Kluber, bringing in Dan Otero. Finally pitch and change had to happen, I believe, in the 6th inning is what this is. Right here, Rusney Castillo getting the bunt down to, second base. I guess I don't know why he bunted it so weirdly, but getting the guy over. And then right here, Jackie Bradley Jr., all he had to do was put it in the air, put it in the outfield, and we had a run. And he grounds out to short, killing that right there. But then Blake Swihart, like I mentioned, clutch base hits right there, getting us another run across the board, another huge insurance run, making it 2-0. That was a gigantic hit, and Swihart really, like I mentioned, was one of the top 3 players of this game for sure. Just had a massive hit right there to give us a little cushion. Instead of it being a 1-run lead, now we got a 2-run lead, and that is, it could make the whole entire difference in baseball. Right here, Pablo Sandoval down the third base line, throws it over to first, and Hanley Ramirez not able to pick it. That's going to be one issue with Hanley that I'm going to have pretty much all year, I bet. Just the fact that he's not really that good of a fielder, and he's never really played first before, so I'm not sure what his fielding rating is, but I'm sure it's pretty darn low. But that was, not the greatest play in the world, so hopefully he can, grow from that a little bit. But then right there, their first baseman makes a mistake. Dustin Pedroia getting on it first, and then Xander Bogaerts up next. He gets a nice rip to center field. I'm expecting a big year out of him, definitely a huge average, hopefully a few dingers as well. That would be great. And then right here, David Ortiz rips one up the middle. Their second baseman not able to get to it, but he's still able to get Ortiz just because he's so slow. Has 1 speed in this game, literally 1. But then right here, they walk Hanley Ramirez. That's probably a smart call with first base open, and then they bring in a relief pitcher as well. Jeff Manship coming in to face Pablo Sandoval. And what can Sandoval do? Like I mentioned, he's having a solid year to start it off. And right there, another single up the middle for us. We're sending Xander home. Can he make it? The relay throw gets him by a hair. So we only score 1 run on that play. We could have had 2. Unfortunately, did get thrown out at the plate with Xander. And then Rusney Castillo up next, and he strikes out to end the inning, unfortunately. But hey, at least we got another run, like I mentioned, with that second run with that Blake Swihart had the RBI single on. Every run is huge, especially when, you're looking for a nice victory in opening day. And honestly, David Price, the way he was pitching today, I honestly don't think I was ever going to give up a run, but I finally had to take him out right here. John Farrell coming out to get him in the 8th inning. Koji Uehara coming in for the final 2 outs of the 8th. As David Price finishes with his line of 7 1/3 innings and 15 strikeouts. Yeah, 1-5, 15 Ks. Just absurd. Like I mentioned, though, I do need to mess with my sliders. I think I was playing on, like veteran or something like that. Maybe even rookie, honestly. I don't even know. So David Price, had a great game, but it might have been a little bit too easy for me. Like I mentioned, I just want to make it fair. But 15 Ks might be a little absurd. Right here, Swihart, another hit, this time on basically a swinging bunt. Pretty cool, though. And then Mookie Betts grounding into a fielder's choice at second. He's able to beat out the throw to first, but that pretty much does it there. Just wanted to show you guys that Swihart hit again. I think that was his 3rd hit of the game. And then Pedroia struggling in this game. He didn't really do much. Grounding out to short right there. And then the final inning, we're up 3-0, so we bring in our closer, Craig Kimbrell, the new closer for the Red Sox. Very excited to have him on the squad, and I love the little praying mantis thing he does before he throws the ball, in his little windup. It's pretty sick. Right here, he's able to get the out at first for the out number 1 of the inning, and then he gets another out on a strikeout this time. And then the final batter of the game, Craig Kimbrell, able to K him up on a nice pitch in the dirt, pretty much. So that will do it for the game, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Here is the line score for you guys. Obviously, we won the game 3-0. Had 9 hits. Both teams had errors. David Price, like I mentioned, 7 1/3, only gave up 3 hits. He's the player of the game. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.